Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. We have someone posing with us. Battle Kate. I guess she's a Catwoman lady. Oh, and there's our counterpart, a Nightwing from Earth 53 or something like that. Let's give everyone a little bow because why not? So today we are going to play, let's see, the Religion of Crime mission. I basically had to get away from the test server before I throw my PS4 out the window.
Batwoman and I are working to keep tabs on Intergang's religion of crime. We can use your help. But get ready. These Intergang believers are more than just muscle. They truly believe.
I'm tracking Intergang activity now. Looks like one of their main bosses has a safe house nearby. I'm putting it up on your map.
So if I recall correctly, that should be the mission where we're going to save Catwoman. Actually, slip of the tongue, I meant Batwoman. And also we should be able to get, let's pick up the mission just in case. This is the mission for the Diamond
We were
Heist.
transporting a large shipment of industrial diamonds to one of our research facilities.
Let's show it to you before we continue. Basically there's this area over here where we can play a bit of PvP in the open world. So there's these trucks that you have to attack, and then you have to bring the cash. If you're a hero, you have to bring the cash over here. And if you are an evil villain, you have to bring the cash over here. And the first team that brings, the villains are about to win. See, the villains won. So the first team who brings back 25 bags of cash win the match. And then you have to defeat also 5 enemy players. So if you're a hero, you have to defeat 5 villains. If you're a villain, you have to defeat 5 heroes. It's that simple. Years ago, people would farm those missions all day long. Sadly, at some point when we got the new PvP season, they made that mission so that you could only play it once a day, and so that they wanted people basically to use roleplay badges to replay the mission. Never happened. People just stopped playing the mission. So let us go to enter Intergang Penthouse. So we will have a few steps to go through before we can save our friend Batwoman.
Yeah, and you better too if you don't want to end up as.
But also the last part of the mission is where you can get the Batwoman's cape if you are lucky. Sadly, it is a random drop, and I have to admit, I can't recall the last time, or if ever, I don't know if I ever got the cape as a drop. And if I did, it was a long time ago. And normally I just buy the bullet, and I'll buy the cape from the broker. So whenever I tell you guys that if you want to get something, I just buy it from the broker. The reason why I say that is because that's what I do. It's what I've been doing for years and years and years now. Usually it's easier to farm for a few millions and then purchase the item you need than to farm for days, hours, weeks to try to get a specific item. The one exception to that probably was the Miracle Escape. Basically, you need 10 or 12 collection to get the cape, I forget. So that's the one item where I farmed and farmed and farmed. One time I farmed like for a whole week before I finally managed to get the rare collection to be able to get the cape from one of my characters. Basically, I decided I wanted the cape for multiple characters. So I got it for my multiverse, I got it for my Dark Multiverse, I got it for my Mr. Miracle character, I got it for my Doctor Strange. Like I had easily a half a dozen characters, if not more, that needed to have that cape. So it's probably one of the items that I farmed the most to try to get. And if I was lucky, I would farm for maybe one weekend, and then I would get the rare collection. But there are times where I farmed and farmed for days, sometimes for a whole week, before I finally managed to get the rare collection.
No one interferes with Intergang and lives. It is written. Get 'em, boys!
So sometimes it's easier to spend a few hours, maybe a day, playing the broker to be able to get the cash you need, as opposed to farming for days and days and days to try to get the rare item that you're looking for. And that's assuming you can actually do that. Like in the case of some items like the Ultraman Cape, it's a rare item, and it's a rare item from the elite version of the mission, if I recall correctly. So it was much easier to farm the broker and to purchase the cape for 100 million on the broker, than to try to farm and farm the mission over and over. Especially since also, if you're loot locked, well, you cannot get the cape. So you have to not just farm the mission, you have to use replay badges to reset the mission. And
drown in blood before a weakling unbeliever like you makes me talk.
and if what you need is a rare item,
Wait. Just in case the prophecy isn't true, I'll tell you. Mannheim says the crime Bible promises infinite power once he kills the twice-named daughter of Cain. He's doing it tonight. That's all I know.
so sometimes even if you're willing or manage to farm the mission over and over again, you're gonna have to play replay. You're gonna have to use replay badges to replay the mission, and also you're gonna have to get pretty darn lucky to get the rare item. So sometimes it's much easier to just bite the bullet and buy the rare item from the broker than it is to try to farm for it. And usually with the broker, you have a set goal in mind. Like you know that in the case of the Ultraman cape way back when, I knew that okay, I had to farm for 100 million, and then I would get the cape.
Batwoman has a lead on a nearby intergang warehouse. Meet up with her on site.
But farming the mission, how many times would I have to farm the mission? Once, twice,
Time is plenty
53
for
times?
someone. We've got to get there now. I'll try to contact Batwoman in the question so you can join forces.
So if you decide to farm the mission, there's no way to know how many times you're going to need to farm it. As opposed to, again, with a broker, yeah, you usually have a set goal in mind. You know that, okay, I need 100 million, so you farm for cash until you get 100 million. And I can hear, oh, there it is.
Target Tango. Designation static.
And yes, sometimes you farm for an item, like you see the item is 100 million. You farm to get 100 million. And then when you go back, the item is 120 million or 150 million.
I knew I smelled someone in here.
I commit your soul to Cain.
So if you go back and the item is 150 million, well, too bad. You go back and farm again until you can get 150 million. Although sometimes the opposite will happen too. Sometimes you see the item for 100 million, you farm and gather your 100 million, and then you can get the item for 80 million, 60 million. So it did give you a reason to farm for 100 million, and then you end up with 40 million extra that you can use for something else. So when I say play the broker and buy the item from the broker, I really mean it. Because that is what I do.
Of blood.
Could have sworn there was a cat
Chapter
hidden
40,
here, or
verse 37.
Ah,
Lilith raised him
evil
up,
cats.
and setting his hands upon her, spoke with breath hot on his neck. What ye name virtue, I call weakness. For ye lust heartily, but have not strength nor courage enough to slake it.
Dang, she had a lot to say. So there's also a little treasure chest, a little safes like this one where you can get some cash, but it's counterfeit cash. But if you get all the safe, I forget how many there are. We'll find out in this mission. If you get all the safe, it gives you a little feat. And there's also a little treasure chest like this one in a whole bunch of missions. You get a feat if you gather 1,000 treasure chests. There's more feats than that. Like there's a feat for 10 treasure chests, for 20, for 50, for 100. But the top feat is 1,000 treasure chests. So whenever you see those chests, don't hesitate to break them open. And also sometimes if you're lucky, you might get a little reward that you could actually use. But not this case. It happens. So we're gonna have to come back to this little console here. But first we have to go here. I'll never understand
Quick,
why.
Turn off the security camera before Intergang knows you're here. I'm showing a terminal nearby.
Basically, you have to come here first, and then you have to go back to the console, and then you can activate the console. You would have think that they would give the option to be able to activate it right now before we actually even go there, but nope. And there should be. I could have sworn. Could have sworn there would be some more cats here somewhere. I might be misremembering. So here there's a little safe here. Let's see if we can pull this big guy. Come on, come on! There he comes. That's what I was trying to avoid. I wanted to pull just the one guy. The game is mean to me. I'm gonna have to complain to Max or to Meps or someone. Oh, there's a little guy here. There's probably some more cats. I just can't see them. Oh, there it is. It's one of the things I miss. I used to play dual pistols way back when. And one of the great things is that you would go full auto all over the place. And if there were hidden enemies, they would not stay hidden very long. And we have a little safe here. I hope you guys kept count of how many safe we opened, because I have to admit, I lost track. Just making sure we didn't leave anyone behind. I guess not.
No, it's a trap.
The trap is sprung. Rejoice, my shapeshifters. The prophecy is fulfilled. The
Oh no, it's a
twice-named
trap.
Daughter of Cain, Batwoman, will die as the crime Bible foretells. Ah, look, Kyle. Another sheep to the slaughter. So you think to stop the prophecy? My shapeshifters will feast well tonight.
They are mine, Whisper.
There was a weird cinematic. Some assets were clearly missing.
Kyle, you fool. Must I do everything myself?
Oh no, we have to fight her now. Way back when, this used to be a pretty tough fight. But the last few times I was here, it was easy enough. Evil snakes. But usually we broke the healing barrel way too early. We should have kept it for a bit later in the fight. But normally that healing barrel does respawn quickly enough. There. The barrel respawned just as we were done. Doesn't matter. So let's pick this up.
The Book of Blood, chapter 19, verse 12. To your gates I came thirsty, and with water would have left contented. But ye have shown me greed, and this I shall name the third lesson.
I have to admit, did not pay attention, so I'm not sure if we left some of those behind. It doesn't really matter. So this should be the last save. Oh yeah. So if you get all the save, you get a little feat. It's only a 10-point feat, so not a big deal, but it's better than nothing. So now let's go complete our mission.
This was all just a ruse to capture Batwoman for Intergang's ritual. I'm activating her tracking device. Follow the trail. The question is on her way. She'll meet you there.
Sneaky Oracle. She put a tracker.
Batwoman's tracker is at this location. Mannheim's planning to sacrifice her to fulfill the Crime Bible's prophecy. Get there and rescue Batwoman.
I always say never pass up a free exhibit. And also I was going to say she put a tracker to track her. In case you didn't know, I have a master's degree in dad jokes. Too much talking, not enough paying attention. This is what happens. So let's go back to the journal. There we go. Not sure why we had the Big thing here. Oh well. So we have to go over there. I'm sure I mentioned it before, but let's mention it again. So if you ever want to farm for the Batwoman cape, let's say you create a Batman type character, you need the Batman cape. This is the place you want to go to. But you cannot enter the Temple of Crime until you actually play this mission. So once you play and complete this mission, then you can come back anytime you like, and you can enter the Temple of Crime and farm and farm and farm until you get lucky enough to get the Batwoman cape. And again, I have to admit, I have no idea how rare the cape is. So are you going to have to farm this mission 5 times, 10 times, 2,053 times? We'll never know. But usually it's a number, it's a matter of random luck. If you're lucky, you could play the mission once and get the cape. If you're not so lucky, you could play the mission 100 times and still not get the cape. It's sad, but sometimes it happens. We see it a lot also with Time Capsule or Booster Bundle. You'll see someone who will open 5 Booster Bundle and get 3 rare collections or 3 rare auras. And then you'll see someone opening 100 Booster Bundle and don't get the rare aura or the rare collection. Oh, I'm surprised we didn't. I would have thought the neutral neutralizer would have made that other guy become visible. It doesn't really matter. And there should be one more at least. Oh no, big bada boom! And I think he's over here. Oh, there he is. Actually, there's 2 more. That should do it. So let's open the door. And let's prepare for battle.
We'll eat your heart for Mannheim!
Hey, normally I would have tried to pull them a couple at a time, but I felt overconfident, I guess. So I figured, let's go, let's jump into the fray and que sera, sera. Let's check if there's not one left here. That doesn't really matter, but sometimes I'll be a bit OCD and I want to defeat every enemies on the map. I guess we're good. Sometimes I'll be objective focused. I'll just focus on the objective and I won't defeat any more enemies that I really need to. And other times I feel like I have to defeat every single enemies on the map just because. I think there it is.
So that ye might learn the truths that are hidden, that ye might pull secrets hidden from the very hearts that hide them, and so see my kingdom rise anew upon the earth, in Cain's name.
So one of the good things with a pull move, you can sometimes pull the enemies one at a time. Makes it a lot easier to defeat them. Much easier to fight one-on-one than 2 against 1 or 3 against 1. Unless, of course, you're part of the 3 against 1, then no problemo.
Take them out.
should be one more. Ah, there he is.
Saith the Crime Bible, let the razor cut quick and right. In Cain's name, we commend the heart of this wayward daughter. May the fires of pain and rage blaze on earth. In Cain's name!
And way back when, dang, did they make Mannheim a tough guy to defeat. Ah, I hate that Steam. So way back when, Mannheim was very tough to defeat. You had to know how to. I know it isn't so much about knowing the mechanics. It was the barrels. You had to learn to cycle through the barrel. So you break, let's say, the first barrel, use it to heal yourself. Because also at some point, Mannheim, it doesn't seem to have that ability again. But way back when, you would have this huge ray that would drain your life. So you would use, let's say, the first barrel. Then you would use the second barrel, but I already broke it. It doesn't matter. And then you would use the third barrel, and then you would cycle through the barrels like that, because the barrels respawn fairly quickly. So you cycle from one barrel to the next until Mannheim is down. There's a few triggers throughout the fight. So as you fight him, as you can see, at some point the slashers will appear to come and help him out. So you defeat the slasher, and so there's various steps to the fight. So ideally you cycle through the barrels, and that should be enough to help you defeat Mannheim. So you can see the first one respawn, so you use it. And we don't see anything.
You want something else? You have not stopped the prophecy of crime. All is written in
and you see here the barrel is respawned, so we could have used it. So let's talk to the question.
Take the book.
Let's take the book. And let us heal
Hang in there,
Batwoman.
We'll get you to a doctor.
If Intergang's religion of crime is targeting me, I need to know why. And the Crime Bible has the answers. Thanks for your help.
Ah, you're welcome. And you can hear there's a... Oh, there it is.
The Book of Blood, Chapter 3, Verse 10. Thus do I mark thee, that ye might practice murder, and take that of which the weak have no need, and so earn the right to live.
And I was going to say, if we're lucky, we'll get a little treasure box here, and here it is. Let's see if it's something worth using. Oh, we got a Prometheum logbox. What's in the box? Decisions. Let's go for the shoulders. So we got a new headpiece, the cape, a new chair. So let's go to our journal and complete the mission.
Batwoman is safe, and we have the Crime Bible. Whatever this prophecy may be, we need to make sure it never comes to pass. I'll keep you posted. Oracle out.
So let's go back to the Gotham City Diamond District. So we're close to level 28. So once we complete the mission, are we going to be level 28? I guess we'll find out soon enough. So let's talk to Question to complete the mission.
Thanks for your assist against Intergang's insane cult. We're going to take a careful look at this Crime Bible. Who knows what other prophecies it might contain.
Question is so mean. They're not insane. They're just mentally challenged. So let's complete book.
This is Oracle. The Atlanteans are swarming in from the sea into suicide slums and taking humans prisoner. I'm trying to contact Aquaman, but we can't wait. Speak to Martian Manhunter at the Chinatown Safe House. He has on-the-spot information.
So we'll go to Chinatown next time. Also, basically right now we have the new DLC that is on the test server. So that means that in roughly 2 weeks, maybe 3, we should get the new DLC on the live server. So that means that we have roughly 2 weeks to finish playing with our friend Nightwing until we reach level 30. So I'll try to do that this week if I can. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens.